Who would have thought a luxury-looking car could cost less than a high-powered motorcycle? Well, the Tesla Model 2 arrived with just that idea, to look premium without breaking the bank. And the secret lies in clever engineering. No expensive matrix headlights or lasers that even drive up insurance costs. Instead, it features simple LED projectors, coupled with a continuous DRL strip at the front, creating a modern look that fools even the most discerning. And all this using easy-to-replace parts, which saves money down the road if you encounter a parking accident. This lighting choice not only makes the car look good, but also adds practicality. Instead of using complex systems that require thermal control and advanced electronics, the Model 2 relies on modular modules. If a headlight breaks, you replace only what's necessary. No need to disassemble the entire car. And it still maintains that clean aesthetic, with a clear visual signature visible from afar. It's like putting on an Italian suit with national fabric. The style is the same, but the price is much more affordable. And let's face it, looks matter, especially when you're trying to sell status for under $11,000. But it's not just the headlights where Tesla has cleverly cut costs. The laminated windshield with a PVB layer and the side windows with UV and infrared protection are worthy of much more expensive models. They insulate heat, block road noise, and even protect the interior materials from fading. This means that even after years, the interior will look like new. And if you've ever gotten into a car that's boiling hot after hours in the sun, you know how much of a difference thermally controlled glass makes in real life. This thermal protection also directly impacts performance. With less heat entering, the air conditioning works less in the first few minutes of use, saving energy and preserving range, a precious thing in any electric car. This is the magic of the Model 2. Every penny saved in the design process translates into real value in daily use. No apparent luxury that turns into a headache later. Here, even comfort has a calculation behind it. Moving down a bit further, the underside of the car hides another clever move. A smooth aerodynamic panel made of recycled polypropylene covers the floor. Besides reducing aerodynamic drag and boosting energy efficiency, it's lightweight, easy to produce, and inexpensive to replace. This material weighs almost 8 times less than steel, which already reduces fuel consumption and also makes it easier to handle on the assembly line. The result? Greater range and lower production costs. And if there's one detail many people overlook but that makes a difference, it's aerodynamic hubcaps. They smooth out turbulence around the wheels, which can represent up to 3.4% more efficiency at moderate speeds. Sounds small? It's not. In a small, lightweight car, this percentage can mean the difference between charging today or tomorrow. And all this without resorting to giant batteries, which would increase the final price. Efficiency comes from design, not from overkill. The curious thing is that even with this focus on economy, the appearance never betrays the fact that it's an entry-level car. Everything was designed to appear sophisticated. From the body lines to the combination of visual elements, the Model 2 exudes the presence of an expensive car. It's deceptive to the eye, but pleasing to the wallet. It's like wearing designer clothes bought on sale. Everyone who sees it thinks it's expensive, but only you know the secret. Now, the most interesting thing is how this same principle extends inside the car, because there's no point in having a flashy exterior design if the experience inside doesn't match. And that's where the Model 2's choices continue to surprise, with details that make daily use feel like a premium car. Even with the label screaming economy, getting into the Model 2 is almost like opening the door of a premium car. And that's no exaggeration. The muffled sound of the door closing already gives away that something's different here. This is due to the triple-panel doors Tesla chose. They eliminate the dull knock of more basic cars and create a surprising sense of sound insulation. This attention to detail is the kind of thing most people only notice after experiencing it, but it makes all the difference in everyday life. The windows weren't left out of this clever logic either. All feature one-touch operation, meaning the glass can be raised or lowered completely with just one touch. They also come with an anti-crushing system that detects obstacles and stops the movement before causing any accidents. No need for expensive sensors or complex electronics, just a standard factory-installed smart system. It works well, protects, and even reduces maintenance costs. Practical, safe, and economical. Another notable feature is the door opening and closing system. Forget those retractable motorized door handles that break for any reason. Here, Tesla went straight to the point. Built-in mechanical door handles. Simple, reliable, and much cheaper. They maintain the clean aesthetics of the bodywork and also reduce the number of parts that can malfunction. In everyday life, this translates into fewer visits to the repair shop and fewer headaches. Speaking of practicality, the smartphone entry system is another great feature. With phone as key technology via Bluetooth, the car unlocks itself when you approach. And if your phone runs out of battery? No worries. The Model 2 also offers an NFC card as a backup, which costs little and guarantees access whenever needed. It's the kind of simple and elegant solution that demonstrates how every design decision was considered to balance cost and convenience. And there's another hidden but essential detail: how the car handles the air inside. Tesla installed pressure relief vents in the rear of the vehicle. This prevents air from being trapped inside the cabin when you close the doors, making the closing process smooth and silent. This kind of engineering is what separates a cheap car from an affordable car with a premium experience. It seems irrelevant, but only until you experience it for yourself. This sense of refinement continues the moment you turn on the car. With Bluetooth and ultra-wideband, recognition is almost instantaneous. The car understands which way you're approaching and unlocks with precision. This avoids common flaws in systems that rely solely on signal strength. Everything happens in less than a second. It's as if the car already knows you're about to enter, and this provides a sense of fluidity that most more expensive cars still can't deliver. Once inside, you realize that everything has been designed to be straightforward, without fuss. The unnecessary buttons and levers are gone. The essentials are there, accessible and intuitive. This clean approach gives the car a more modern look, but also avoids excess components that break down over time. It's a rare balance between simplicity and sophistication, delivering exactly what the driver needs. No more, no less. The most impressive thing is that, even with all these economical choices, the end result is a car that exudes solidity. Daily interactions with the Model 2 convey the feeling that everything was designed to last. And that's when we begin to understand how this design manages to deliver so much for so little. But of course, there's no point in appearing premium and practical if the car is uncomfortable to drive. And that's precisely why the next point becomes so important. What truly differentiates an economy car from a desirable one is how it handles on the road. And the Model 2, even with its modest price tag, doesn't disappoint when it comes to comfort and stability. No expensive and complicated multi-link suspension. Instead, Tesla opted for a rear torsion beam axle with a Watts link, a combination that keeps the rear wheels aligned during cornering and at high speeds. It's the kind of solution that delivers stability without breaking the bank. This technical choice reduces the number of moving components, which also means fewer points of wear, fewer parts, less noise, less maintenance. And the most interesting thing? The car's behavior remains firm and predictable even on potholes. No more dance-like steering or jiggle-like car. The structure remains composed, and the driver feels in control at all times, even when the road isn't conducive. Another engineering achievement is the hydraulic bump stops installed in the shock absorbers. They act as a kind of cushion at the end of the suspension's travel. Instead of that thud when hitting potholes or speed bumps, the impact is absorbed smoothly. The car's body doesn't shake, and discomfort simply disappears. This kind of detail is only noticed by those who truly care about the driving experience. And there's more. The shock absorbers are frequency-selective. In other words, they know how to read the type of vibration occurring. If it's a slight bump, like rough asphalt, they act softer. If it's a larger movement, like a sharp turn or heavy braking, they subtly stiffen to maintain control. All this without electronic sensors, wires, or complicated modules. Just well-applied mechanical engineering. This 100% passive system offers another advantage. It's lightweight. And in an electric car, less weight means more range. Furthermore, because it doesn't rely on electronic components, there's no chance of breakdowns. And let's face it, no one wants to deal with electronic suspension failure after 2 years of use. Tesla's idea here was simple. Deliver a refined ride without putting a dent in the budget or the road. Braking is also an essential part of this equation. That's why the Model 2 comes with 4-wheel disc brakes, equipped with corrosion-resistant rotors. This prevents the rotors from rusting after a rain shower or after sitting for days. Ceramic pads help reduce dust buildup on the wheels and maintain stable braking with a firm pedal feel. It's the kind of thing no one talks about, but everyone feels it when the car responds exactly as expected. The parking brake has also evolved. Forget the long cable, manual pull system. The Model 2 uses an electronic brake integrated into the caliper, which saves weight, simplifies assembly, and enables features like auto hold at traffic lights or on hills. It's a small detail, but one that improves the driver's life every day. All this while keeping the discs smaller, which reduces replacement costs and keeps engine speeds light. This combination of stability, comfort, and control demonstrates how the Model 2 manages to handle itself like a premium car, even without relying on fancy solutions. And this logic of delivering more with less is also reflected inside the cabin, where every material, every finish, and every button has been designed to last, please, and, of course, cost effectively. Inside the cabin, the Model 2 continues to masterfully play the efficiency game, but without compromising the user experience. Those who enter won't find forced luxury or pointless frills. What's here is a well-calculated balance between comfort, durability, and that modern look Tesla knows how to deliver. The first detail that catches the eye, and the touch, are the seat and armrest fabrics. Made with 3D recycled PET mesh, they have a pleasant texture and a sophisticated appearance, and are molded directly to the shape, without unnecessary seams. The result? Almost no material waste and a uniform finish. This fabric isn't just beautiful, it's durable. It can withstand tens of thousands of friction cycles before showing signs of wear. In other words, it won't look worn after a year of use like many cheap upholstery products out there. And best of all, because it's recycled, the design aligns with growing environmental concerns. It feels pleasant to the touch, maintains easily, and has a much lighter environmental footprint than low-quality synthetic leather or coarse plastics. For other surfaces, such as the dashboard and doors, Tesla opted for TPO coatings, a rubbery material that resists scratches and doesn't retain odors. This is especially useful in hot climates, where certain plastics can develop strong odors over time. Here, even after hours in the sun, the Model 2's interior still feels like a new car. Furthermore, TPO can be precisely molded onto rigid substrates, giving the interior a well-defined, modern shape without compromising durability. The seats were also designed for real, everyday use. The foam uses a dual density, a softer top layer for immediate comfort, and a firmer base to maintain the structure over time. This prevents the sinking that occurs in cars with very soft foam, and eliminates complicated mechanisms to compensate for wear. And for those who like customization, you can also choose lumbar support, either electric or with an airbag, and adjust the seat height with a robust ratchet system without fragile motors. Ergonomics also come into play in the center console. Tesla positioned the climate controls on a fixed bar below the screen, so the driver doesn't have to navigate menus in the middle of traffic just to turn on the defroster. It seems like a small detail, but it makes a huge difference in safety and the overall experience. The screen itself is 11 inches, with an anti-reflective coating and optical bonding, which improves readability even in bright sunlight, a rarity even in more expensive models. And when it comes to technology, the phone charging section also received special attention. The Model 2's wireless charging pad features magnetic alignment, which improves efficiency and prevents overheating. This makes charging faster, even on hot days. And with support for the Qi 2 standard, the charger delivers up to 15 watts, enough to keep your phone charged even with GPS and Bluetooth enabled, something many inductive chargers fail to do. Another striking feature is how everything inside the car seems to be in its right place. There's no clutter, no buttons, no hidden controls. The interface is clean, intuitive, and practical. Drivers can find what they need in seconds, without having to stop and think. This minimalist yet functional approach makes the experience much more enjoyable, especially for those who will be using the car on a daily basis. The Model 2 doesn't try to impress with giant screens or light effects. It focuses on what really matters. This combination of durable materials, smart solutions, and functional technology transforms the Model 2's interior into something you wouldn't expect from a car under $11,000. And things only get more interesting when you consider long-term durability, the kind of care most automakers tend to overlook, but which in the Model 2 has been prioritized from the very first screw. It's by looking to the future that the Model 2 truly shows its true colors. It's not enough to be cheap off the shelf. It needs to remain affordable after years of use. And that's where a series of smart decisions come in, drastically reducing maintenance costs and preserving the car's appearance over time. It starts with something that seems simple, but makes all the difference: crash boxes. Instead of requiring the replacement of large structures after a minor crash, these blocks absorb the impact and can be replaced quickly and inexpensively, preventing a parking lot collision from turning into a soap opera at the repair shop. These crash boxes are bolted behind the exterior moldings and guards. In common situations, such as a collision at 10 or 15 km/h, 6 or 9 km/h, they alone absorb the impact energy. Repairs consist of loosening a few bolts and replacing them. Instead of spending thousands on structural parts, Model 2 owners can fix everything in just a few hours, and for a few $100s. This means less downtime, less stress, and much more real savings, without sacrificing safety. Protection against everyday wear and tear is also remarkable. In the wheel arches, for example, the Model 2 uses non-woven PET linings, which not only muffle the noise of rocks and debris, but are also lighter and easier to clean than traditional hard plastics. They reduce the car's weight by a few pounds and also give it a cleaner appearance with less effort. It's the kind of material you don't even notice, but it changes your attitude to maintenance, especially after a rainy day or a dirt road. And speaking of rocks and dirt, the underside of the car received an elastic impact coating. This material resists chipping caused by gravel, preventing the paint from peeling and exposing the metal. This not only protects against rust, but also maintains the car's aesthetics, even after years of use in real-world conditions. And all this without requiring frequent washing or expensive treatments. Less repair, more time driving. Tesla also went all out on rust protection with a suite of solutions typically overlooked in this price range.